At least you know their motivation. Okay? If somebody comes barging through a door, they're looking for a fight. Because if they really wanted to sort it all out with you, well, they would ask you and be open-minded about sorting something out. And this is for friendship, dating, business, everything. Peter Walsh. All right, welcome back, ladies and gents. Today, maybe we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, or maybe we should. I want to go through an article here today, guys. It's this article, right? I think this is quite a fascinating one. The title is 8 Signs You're Dealing with a Highly Intelligent Person, according to a psychologist here. Now, the reason why I want to bring this one up here on the podcast today is because, as many of you know, if you've listened to me before, I'm trying to help people with the dating world. But you know what? This applies for friendships, for business deals. I think this applies for a lot of stuff. And I'm sounding like probably a broken record. And even when I say I sound like a broken record, I sound like a broken record. I do this all the time. But anyway, I'm always trying to be self-aware myself. I think it's very, very important. And we're going to read out the article here, right? What they actually say the 8 signs are that you are dealing with a highly intelligent person. You see, before we even get into this, the problem I think we have with this type of article is that we're looking and focusing on the other person. Of course it helps, but we have to be self-aware about ourselves. That's the way I look at this. So hopefully this helps, guys, and maybe it'll help you in your dating world. Maybe it'll help you with relationships, friendships, business careers. Don't judge a book by its cover. So in other words, if you've actually read an article like this before, well, maybe you say, oh, actually, do you know what? John is very highly intelligent. But the thing is, I could jump into a racing car right now and do really, really well. But what if I get onto a fucking, a dance floor? I suck at dancing. Doesn't mean I'm going to be good. Maybe that's a weird comparison, but you know where I'm going with this, guys? Just because somebody can be highly intelligent and are emotionally intelligent, it doesn't mean that they're brilliant at everything else. However, sometimes we don't give the other person credit either. In other words, we need to go, oh, well, hang on. John is emotionally available. He's open to stuff. And I'm assuming that he's not. So again, I hope I'm not confusing anybody here, but I just think it's a very interesting article. I don't agree with a lot of it, but I do agree with a lot of it too. And we have to make our own minds up. And the most important part, people jump to conclusions. And I've seen this in the dating world, guys, as you know, many, many times over. The number one problem I see in the dating world right now is that people jump to conclusions about the other person. I mean, it really is. It does come down to that. People get the wrong impression from a text message or a phone call, right? We're not thinking that, okay, well, look, hey, geez, maybe John's having a bad day here, right? And he said it wrong. And I think it's very, very important that we be open where if we have a problem with someone else, we say it straight out, And if they lose their shit, that's on them. That's on them. Now, like I said, I think, guys, this definitely helps for any type of, family, friendship, dating, business world. So anyway, let's move on into this. I think it's a fascinating one. So, they start off in saying, being smart and being highly intelligent isn't the same thing. Well, you see again, is that what he's saying? That the person that you could be dealing with, they could be really good at one thing, but they're not highly intelligent? You see, again, it's just about... I just hope people aren't going to jump to a conclusion that, oh yeah, well that's it, I'm really intelligent and John isn't, or John is. You know what I mean? So they're saying it's not just about how much you know, but how you use that knowledge. I'd understand that part, okay. So they say psychology sheds light on this, revealing certain signs of highly intelligent folks. signs that might not be as obvious as you'd expect. Now they do say then, why does this matter? They say, well, spotting these signs can help you understand the people around you better. And hey, you might even recognize a bit of that intelligence in yourself. So here we go. So number 1, they're open-minded. Okay. A key sign of high intelligence, according to psychology, is open-mindedness. The truth is highly intelligent people are often willing to accept and consider other viewpoints. Right? You see, the one thing I like about this one, right, is... No, you know what? I'm going to jump in the gun here. Let's keep going. They don't just blindly follow their own opinions, but instead they're eager to explore different angles, new ideas, and alternative solutions. However, this doesn't mean they're easily swayed. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Highly intelligent people use this open-mindedness as a tool to weigh up all options and then form their own informed conclusions. So if you find yourself in a discussion with someone who's actively considering different viewpoints rather than stubbornly sticking to their own, you might just be dealing with a highly intelligent person. There you go. Okay, I've got 1 or 2 things to say about this one. I do agree that you have to be open-minded. I definitely agree with that. You know, just kicking the door down, fucking saying, fuck you, John, fuck you, Peter, or whatever you're doing. That's not helping anybody, right? And you might have every reason in the world to get fucking pissed off at them. But you can start rubbing people up the wrong way. So, okay, do highly intelligent people... You see, I think this is more highly emotional intelligence rather than intelligence. Now, they don't say emotional intelligence, but let's keep going. I mean, yes, they look at other viewpoints, but then there's other people out there. Now, sorry, before I finish off this statement here, yes, I think emotional intelligence comes with open-mindedness. They'll definitely listen to you more. And they'll see what happens. And I do agree there. I mean, that's a good way to be. Okay, as much as how much you just want to strangle John right now, hear him out first and fucking actually listen to the guy or girl, whoever it is, and then just go from there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think this is... it's such an important thing to do, you know? But then again, what's the motivation behind it? I mean, I think here, it shows you the goal here. If this person is right, and it is, oh, right, this person is highly intelligent, they're open-minded, this and that, right? Okay, well, obviously their goal is not to fight with you. Clearly not, because they want to see your different viewpoint. If they just wanted a fight, they'd just come barging through the fucking door, and then at least that's number 1 sign for you. You can keep that on your books there now, guys, and go, okay, now we can keep an eye on this shit. Now we can spot the person who wants a fight. Because, you gotta think about it, guys, right? Think about this. They're saying that a highly intelligent person is open-minded. Right? You want to strangle John or whoever it is, and yet you won't, because you're going to hear them out. So, how could you think that they want a fight when they ask you that? So, maybe, sometimes we get distracted with other things and think, right, that's okay, fair enough, understandable, and we mightn't pick up on something, but maybe if you start with just that one thing in your head, knowing, John didn't start a fight, he's asking me what's going on here. Maybe John actually wants to fix what's fucking wrong here. You know what I mean? I think it's a really, really good way to start any fucking fight. You don't come barging through the fucking door. Fuck you, John. Fuck you, Mary. You know, that's not getting you anywhere. But then maybe you know exactly what their motivation is. Maybe that's exactly what their motivation is. I mean, think about it. We've all been there, right? Where even if you are a hothead, let's say you are a hothead and you're barging through the door normally and this and that, right? Maybe you just are a hothead, okay? And you just have, I don't know, your diet is bad and you get moody or you're allergic to foods. I mean, it can literally be that fucking simple that you're allergic to type of foods and that's why you have mood swings, not because you're a mental case. You just have some fucking diet issues that you haven't sorted out and you don't know that you have them. Do you know what I mean? Now, we've all been there too, where we'll come in the door and think about this. Think about this. When you really want to sort something out with a problem with somebody because you don't want to fight, you don't want to fall out with them, don't you come in with natural open-mindedness? Do you know what I mean? We've all been there. Whether it's your parents, your friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, husband, wife, business partner, whatever it is, you'll bite your fucking lip and go in and see what happens. Do you know what I mean? I think it's extremely important, but at least you know their motivation. Okay? If somebody comes barging through a door, they're looking for a fight, because if they really wanted to sort it all out with you, well, they would ask you and be open-minded about sorting something out. And this is for friendship, dating, business, everything. Anyway, let's go on to number 2. Number 2, they're constantly curious. See, I've got a problem with this one, actually, I gotta say. One thing I've noticed about highly intelligent people is their insatiable curiosity. They always seem to be asking questions, eager to learn more about a wide array of topics. And this person, for him, knowledge wasn't confirmed to his domain. Now, he's gone on with something here. You see, I don't know if I agree with that one, I have to admit. I really don't. I would consider myself, my motivation is I want to actually get on with everybody I meet in the world. Of course, you can't do it, so I'm not going to be coming barging through the door. Now, it doesn't mean I'm a highly intelligent person. I think I've got emotional intelligence more than just intelligence. I would go with that for me anyway, right? But again, it comes from an emotion. And I think a lot of this is based on emotion anyway. You don't want to get cranked up. But when it comes to curiosity, like, again, guys, I'm trying to be self-aware about myself here. I mean, I would be that type of person, excuse me, that would be the emotional intelligence. But then again, that doesn't mean that a curious person is highly intelligent. No, it just means maybe they're just curious. They want to know everything about everybody, and they're curious. It's just a power trip they use against other people, or they love it for the gossip. You see, this is where I don't agree with this thing. So please, guys, you know, there's so many different angles of this here. Like, I know plenty of people out there that are really nosy. They want to know everything about you. I would not consider them highly intelligent. And I know why. Because they use people's life scenarios for their own gossip or their own distraction from themselves. Do you know what I mean? They're not self-aware about them. It has to be all about someone else. Or maybe the person's trying to find out a flaw about other people, and it drives them fucking nuts. They're so goddamn insecure about themselves that they have to, and they get obsessed and fixated that they're so curious that they've got to find out something about Peter now. Right? And they won't leave it alone. Maybe something interesting to think about that one, guys. But again, you know, maybe there is a lot of curious people out there that are very intelligent. So I'm not saying that it's not that either, but something to think about maybe here. Number 3, they enjoy their own company. Really? Okay, highly intelligent people often relish spending time alone. This isn't because they're antisocial, but rather because solitude gives them the space to think, reflect, and delve into their inner world. Well, okay, sorry, I'll keep going here. In other words, highly intelligent people were happier when they had less social interaction. Really? That's what this person's saying? This could be because these individuals find socializing to be distracting from their intellectual pursuits. Do you know someone who prefers a quiet night in with a good book over a bustling party? Don't mistake it for aloofness. They might just be exercising their intelligence. Well, I mean, okay, I'll bite on that one. Yeah, okay, I can understand. There's obviously some intelligent people out there. They like to spend a bit of time on their own. But just because you're reading a book, that doesn't mean you're fucking intelligent, okay? And let's be honest, these days, how many people read a book and all of a sudden 4 seconds later they're on their phone scrolling? You know what I mean? Now, obviously not everybody, of course. But I wouldn't even say that either. You see, you have to remember this too. Maybe it's the other way. Maybe they have no confidence around other people. Maybe they don't like people. Do you know? Like, do you think the likes of, and by the way, I'm not comparing everybody to this person, but do you think the likes of Adolf Hitler liked people? He liked to socialize and be around them? He didn't as fuck. So like, I'm not saying people are Adolf Hitlers, okay? If they want to be alone, please don't get me wrong. What I'm just saying is that it's possible that there is other Adolf Hitlers out there who've got that same type of mentality. Not they go and kill people, but you know what I mean. They've got that similar trait, let's say, than Hitler. They don't like people. They want to be on their own. Doesn't mean they're fucking intelligent. I mean, come on. And guys, look, you're probably wondering why the fuck am I reading this thing out? I just want to make sure that people don't mistake, and if you've read this column before, oh, well, you know, John likes to sit at home reading a book. Well, maybe because John doesn't like the people that you hang out with, or he doesn't like you. That could be it too. There's all multiple angles. All multiple angles on this one. Okay, number 4. They're highly adaptable. Another sign of high intelligence is adaptability. Highly intelligent people have a knack for adjusting to change. They're not rigid in their thought processes or stuck in their ways. Instead, they can adapt their thinking to new information and adjust their behavior to new situations. Now, this ability isn't just about surviving in a rapidly changing world, it's about thriving in it. Now, you see, that's an interesting one. That is a very, very interesting one. They're adaptable. You see, I think... Yeah, actually, I do agree with this one. Yes. I just don't think everybody is. I think people get stuck in their routines too. So really, guys, what I'm saying at the start, even at the start of this podcast, don't judge a book by its cover. You know, you've read this. Oh, well, yeah, John and Mary, they're highly intelligent. Oh, and look, you see here, yeah, they're adaptable. Well, maybe they're adaptable because they're restless and they're bored. Do you know? That could be it too. I just wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't judge the book by its cover that John is automatically intelligent and therefore that's great. Like, we gotta look at this from all angles here. Do you know what I mean? Like, just because the let's say quote, let's say the millionaire gives a lot to charity, it's a good thing, of course. It doesn't mean he's a good guy. It could mean it's one big fucking cover act for some really bad shit he or she has done in their past, and they're trying to actually cover up everything they've done and have this big public persona. Look at me, everybody, how wonderful and great I am. Maybe they're trying to fool you. Or maybe they have guilt. Point is this, you just can't base it on one fucking article, man. You know? Okay, number 5. This is definitely one I agree with. They're self-critical. Highly intelligent people aren't just critical of the world around them, they're often self-critical too. They have an innate ability to acknowledge and learn from their mistakes rather than dismissing them or blaming others. You see, I do agree now on that one, in fairness. I think being self-critical is a fucking tremendous asset we can all have. I'm not joking here, by the way, when I say that. I think it's a fucking gift. Because if you really look at being self-critical, you're looking at things that your blind spot. And often in relationships, in friendships, in dating, in business, whatever it is, the blind spot gets us. The blind spot can fuck us over in scenarios because we're not paying attention to ourselves, and we're just, and like I say, guys, about the dating world, okay? People jump to conclusions. Why? Because, okay, somebody can phrase something wrong in a text message or email, or even a phone call can be a bit weird. That's understandable. But the problem is, people project their shit onto others. So in other words, if I text, let's say, if I'm dating a girl right now and I say something and she's like, how dare him say that? It's only because there's a good chance that she would do the same, or she's thought that before, okay, about the other person. So for me, it's kind of like, let's say you've got this squeaky clean guy or girl, and they're accused of stealing. Let's just, give me a bit of rope here on this one, guys, right? But then all of a sudden, somebody comes along and says, oh yeah, Peter, he fucking stole. I'm telling you now. I'm fucking telling you. Well, where are they getting that? Are they getting that because Peter's the squeaky clean guy? And do they do that in their own life too? They go around pretending that they're squeaky clean? And because it takes one to know one. Do you know what I mean? Of course, you can't be right on this whole thing all the time. Don't quote me on that. You cannot be right on every time. But it's something to just put in the back and an ace up your sleeve here. You've got to look at it from all angles. Do you know? And again, people are not self-aware enough in the dating world. That's what I'm seeing right now, guys. That is the number one. Really, actually, it's the jumping to conclusions. But really what it boils down to, break it down, underneath jumping to conclusions, is that you're not self-aware enough. Now, by the way, if you've heard me before, you know that I'm not trying to, say, well, God's sake, guys. No, you know that I'm like a broken record on this one too. I would say I have some moments where I'm not self-aware at all, right? And it can catch me out too. It'll catch every human being out in the world. We can all have our fucking moments where we're delusional or whatever. Don't get me wrong, guys. The only difference is, I'll try and be self-aware. And by the way, I'm not judging or comparing myself to anybody that's listening on the podcast. Not at all. What I'm saying is that I always try to be self-aware. Doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It's nothing to be proud of. Not at all. It's something that you should be, I suppose, happy and satisfied with. I think that. Absolutely. And being self-critical is a really good thing. A really, really good thing. And what's funny? I think in general, women are better at it than men. Again, now, guys, I'm saying in general. Do you know? But then again, some people can be self-aware, but they still won't admit that they're wrong. And I'm speaking for both men and women here. So I think it's very important. We need to be self-aware, Number 6, they value deep connections. Highly intelligent people often prioritize quality over quantity, especially when it comes to relationships. Well, that's me fucked anyway. I mean, Jesus Christ, the amount of bitches I've hooked up with just because they're hot, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, Peter, la 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 la. Fucking moron here. Don't get me wrong. Now, I certainly wouldn't be going out with a bitch these days, and I know. But then again, guys, it's and I'm fumbling over my words here. It's just, what would you call this one? They value deep connections. Quality over quantity. Are a lot of people like this? I hope. I definitely hope. There's no doubt about it too. I've dated girls in my past where I was just like, wow, they weren't supermodel looking or anything like that. They were pretty and good looking or whichever. But Jesus, I definitely would have liked those girls any day of the week over the hot supermodel girl. You know, we've all been there, I think, haven't we, on that one? So actually, I'm kind of drawing a blank here on this one, guys, aren't I? I'm talking shit about this one. Fucking hell. Okay, so number 7. They're always seeking new experiences. Yeah, I don't have much to say about number 6, actually, I have to admit. I mean, I think it's we'll go back to number 6. Jeez, I'm all over the place, aren't I? I'm still shook after Christmas, guys, I swear to God. I barely slept again last night. 2 nights now, not drinking, and I'm fucking bollocks. Oh, God. And I can't even believe I'm talking this stuff on the podcast. What is wrong with me? Well, that's it. I'm losing followers tomorrow morning, instantly. Jesus Christ. Should I say anything more about this deep connection one? So they say about the connection one. I bet you've come across someone who prefers a handful of close friends over a large social circle, but don't mistake it for introversion or antisocial behavior. They might just be a highly intelligent person who values the depth and meaningfulness of their relationships. Well, yeah, I understand that. Actually, I definitely understand that. You know, you can have a lot of acquaintances. If we're looking at friendships now, not dating, you can have a lot of acquaintances, but then they can bust your balls, or they can just be assholes. And all of a sudden you're like, what the hell? Who is this person? And it's amazing how much it can actually wear you down. It's amazing how some of these people, they might even be that close to us, but they can wear us down big time. It's mad. Mad. So I agree with that one. That's a good one. So, you know, even if you are having, even if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend here, or husband, wife, who's kind of shy, but they've got a close couple of friends, like, pay attention to their friendship with that person. And see how they react. How loyal are they to each other? You know? Maybe it is. Maybe they do value quality over quantity, and maybe they're dead right. Maybe they're dead right. Or maybe it could be the other way too. They can dominate that person and it's easy and that's all they want to do and no one else likes them. But so again, do you know what I mean? Like, it's so mad the way you can get so many different variations of a certain scenario when you look at it like that. It's mad. Number 7, they're always seeking new experiences. Highly intelligent people have a hunger for new experiences. They're not content with the status quo and are constantly seeking out new ideas, places, and adventures. Well, would you agree with that one? I mean, I think a lot of us can get, again, kind of like our routine. We like the same stuff. We like this or that. Do you know? Maybe they're just scared. Or, sorry, not scared. The people who constantly seek new experiences. I do agree. I think they want to experience stuff 100%. Then there's the other people who maybe they just want to, they're so fucking restless and they don't know what to do with themselves. They have to seek out stuff, right? And they never get peace because they have to keep going on this or that. You know what I mean? Like, I know one guy, I'll go out with him sometimes, very restless guy. He'd spend 5 or 10 minutes in one bar, literally, right, let's have a drink. And the moment, and I mean, guys, the moment you've literally taken your last sup out of the pint glass, he's like, right, come on, we go. You're like, Jesus, take it easy, man, take it easy. And he'll tell you, oh, well, you know, want to see what's going on, man, you know? And he kind of comes across as a guy where he wants to seek out new places or things, but actually, he's just restless. Okay? He's just restless. Now, maybe there's other people out there. Depends on the scenario. But, like, I don't know if I'd agree with this one. I really don't. I really don't. Number 9, they question everything. The most important thing to grasp about highly intelligent people is their tendency to question everything. Really? They have an innate curiosity and skepticism that compels them to challenge accepted wisdom and dig deeper. That's a load of horse shit, man. People who are skeptical are not intelligent. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously. Now, not all of them that are skeptics are not intelligent. I'm not saying that, okay? But like to just say, oh, well, they're skeptical and they... Really? They have an innate curiosity and skepticism that compels them to challenge accepted wisdom and dig deeper. Sorry now, guys. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in this one. That's a crock of horse shit right there now. Seriously. I do think, yes, there is skeptical people out there. They're very, very intelligent, or emotionally intelligent, whichever it is. But skeptics, in general, I would think anyway, and look, maybe I'm wrong, this is only my opinion. I never see a skeptic as a highly intelligent person. Would you? Because, like, even if... fuck it, let's go with the UFO one, okay? Totally out there. Like the way you've got a skeptic. Oh yeah, a load of horseshit, boy, a load of bollocks. Yeah, okay, I understand that it could be a load of bollocks because you don't see something, but maybe you're just a bit close-minded. Do you know? Like, are you telling me that it's not, like, some of these skeptics? I can understand, and by the way, I can really understand that people have a bit of a percentage of, are UFOs real? Really? Like, gee, like, guys, I don't know. That's a healthy skepticism, right? So maybe this person in this article is saying, without saying it, maybe they are sort of implying that it's a healthy skepticism. But let's just go the complete extreme skepticism, right? For instance, I mean, and then you've got these people that do not believe in UFOs one bit. That's it. No. Fuck off. Go away. Now, guys, I would say I'm a believer in UFOs, 100%. However, if there was physical proof that they did not exist and it was all a bunch of bullshit, I'd be like, oh, wow, really? Okay, yeah, well, the proof is there. I'd be open-minded enough for that. I think that's a good, healthy skepticism. But these people that in UFOs, dating, relationship, business, like, no, that's it. Like, really? We're going to call them highly intelligent people? Would you fuck off? Like, go away. No, sorry, no. Not a hope in hell. Not a hope in hell. You know? And what do they say? The universe is 4 billion years old? Really? Oh, so people 4 billion years ago, or whenever humans were around, I don't even know myself. You see, okay, and I'm not trying to be an expert. But you get all these, and it's always the skeptics that go on with this shit. They go, oh, well, no, UFOs, no, it's a load of horseshit, no such thing. But yet they'll try and convince you that the universe is 4 billion years old. Well, did you go back in time and to 4 billion years ago? Like Marty and Doc in Back to the Future, they set it to 1985. Did you go back 4 billion years ago and actually set the date and time and go back and see exactly what happened? Oh, yeah? Really? No, you didn't. Okay, so how did you do it so, asshole? Did you go what? Did you go fucking... Do you have a measuring tape or something that measures the age? You're so full of shit, it's unbelievable. And by the way, guys, is the universe 4 billion years ago? Or years old? Maybe it is. I would say, a healthy skepticism over that stuff. But again, how would you feel? Like, you can't be close-minded, guys, in relationships and dating and friendships and business, do you know? Like, how can you possibly know all the information? You fucking don't. And questioning everything. Yeah, okay, I get it. You want to question a lot of things. That's fair enough. I really do 100% understand. But we got to remember here something. Okay, let's not forget this. Some people are just dickhead skepticisms. See, I can't even speak English today. Do you know what I mean? They're just dickheads. They don't want to believe it because deep down it would scare the shit out of them if it was true. That's not highly intelligent. That has nothing to do with highly intelligent people. Not everybody. A healthy, intelligent person would be open to saying, Jesus, well, hey, maybe I'm fucking wrong here. Maybe I am. I mean, guys, if there's one thing I know really, really well, I'd even say it on the podcast here. If there's one thing I fucking know inside out, my eyes shut, and I could still do it, is motor racing and how to set up a racing car and etc, etc, right? Even I've said on my Formula 1 podcasts here, even I've said that, you know, guys, I'm fucking convinced that Verstappen's this, or Hamilton's that, or Ocon is this, or whatever, right? And I'd always even still say, well, hey, you know what? There's always a chance I could be wrong. But I really don't think so. You know, that's a good, healthy way to be. And who gives a fuck if you're wrong? My God. I mean, I know motor racing inside out. Do you know how many predictions I got wrong in 2023? Oh my God. In fact, I should even stop doing them. I'm looking like a fucking asshole here. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a healthy way to be. Laugh at yourself. What's the problem? And who gives a fuck if they think that they're right and you're wrong? Yeah, I just don't believe in that stuff, guys. You know, Jesus Christ. Seriously, that one really annoyed me now. The skeptic. There's nothing that drives me more insane than somebody who is 100% close-minded. It's unbelievable. I wouldn't put them down now as highly intelligent people, guys. Maybe they're just chicken shits and they do not want to admit that something is actually true because it scares the shit out of them. Could be very, very true. So, I think we're going to leave it here. Wow, I had a moment of fucking madness there, didn't I? Was it 0.6 or 7? I had a complete... It was almost like I had a fucking brain fart or something. Jesus, Lord God, it's wrong at me. Anyway, this is Crazy Psycho Peter here, guys. I love you all for listening. Thanks, and I hope to see you again. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Peter.
Walsh.